And so then the focus for this webinar and the goal map is vibrant well-being. Well-being, or being well, is absolutely essential to true success. True success really is not about the things we achieve. True success is about us enjoying our life. And we may have what looks like an amazing life, but if we are not well, then simply we do not enjoy it. Our ways of being, who we are being as a person, is always a combination of thinking, feeling, and acting or behaving. Your thoughts trigger the chemical release that influence your feelings. There are no feelings that just come by accident. Sometimes we're not aware of the thoughts that trigger them. We think, oh, I just feel this way or I feel that way. But every feeling we have is created by chemicals that are released from the brain, and what triggers the release of the chemicals are thoughts and beliefs. The feelings are then projected outwards as attitudes, and those attitudes influence and empower, or sometimes disempower, our behavior, the way that we act. And this combination of thinking and feeling and acting forms our ways of being. Each of us can develop our thoughts, each of us can develop our attitudes, and each of us can develop or change our behavior. And it's when we work on all three areas that we really achieve the most in our life. Many people are looking for their life to be good so that they can feel good. But actually it's an inside out game. It's by us evolving our thoughts, empowering our feelings, developing our actions that we grow as a person. And through that, we grow our life. The combination of thought and feeling and being are known as state in psychology. And sometimes our state is high. We are in an empowered state of being. And sometimes our state is low and we feel ineffective in our life. The three are joined in what is called a cybernetic loop. That simply means if you change one, it affects the others. So if you change the way you are thinking, that changes the chemical release that affects how you're feeling, but also it will affect your physiology, your body posture. And if you observe people, and I always notice it in my children from a very young age, when they were sad, they would not only be thinking a sad thought and feeling a sad feeling, but their body posture would also become depressed, shoulders rounded, head down and slouched. Likewise, when somebody's feeling happy, and in English we say elated, they're very upright. There's not only a smile on their face, but you can see they've got a good feeling in their heart, and their body posture is empowered. They are energetic. These three things connected together form our state, and we can use techniques to help us stay in a good state, a high state. When I first learnt about positive thinking, once I understood the science, I realized it was a very good thing to do. It helps you to enjoy life. It helps you to find answers to problems. It helps you to be more motivated. But the truth is, I found it really hard to do. I had grown up most of my life, I think, looking at the negative. I saw the glass was half empty rather than half full. And when my life hit a difficult time at age 29 and everything was going wrong for me, life just looked very dark and all I could see was the negative, and found it incredibly difficult to hold on to hope of the positive. And I was really helped by a man that I met called John Shackleton, who was an English sports trainer, and he was working with an organization I was working with, and he understood the science of positive thinking, and he also understood from his athletics work the power of manipulating your physiology. And you'll see this more and more in the newspapers these days, and pieces online about people adopting power moves before they go in for an interview. And this is because by manipulating their body posture, they are also manipulating the nervous system running throughout their body, which is hardwired into the brain stem. In fact, the latest scientific thinking is showing that you have neurons or brain cells scattered throughout your body. They found a cluster of 50,000 neurons on the surface of the heart. It's like the heart has its own little mini brain. There are more neurons that have been discovered in the lining of the stomach. So there's some truth when people say, I have a gut feeling, I have a feeling that it's here in the stomach. And there are neurons throughout the body, and we generate a field of consciousness. It's not just localized in the brain, but it is our consciousness, our thoughts, that triggers the chemical release within our brain and our body that creates the feeling and then manipulates the body posture. What my friend taught me was that if I would adopt a positive posture in my body, if I would push my shoulders right back, if I would lift my head a little, put a smile on my face, breathe full from my heart, that would in turn trigger my brain to release serotonin. The serotonin would then give me a positive feeling, and that positive feeling would then further empower my behavior. It becomes a virtuous circle.